my friends. It all starts with your friends and your close family, right? So they used to we really like it,
That's the biggest validation anyone can get. I think no
Exactly.
amount of likes, followers, comments can help that.
Can help.
Hi guys, are you on Instagram and you keep posting your reels, post, life updates, etc. and have trouble getting that one single like, one single followers? It is difficult, trust me on this. But imagine the life suddenly you realize that within 6 months you have gone from 0 to 100k. How would it look like? That is a life that has not been imagined, right? Something similar to this happened with a very good friend of mine, Tina Chhabra, who was actually working in a corporate life, but then now she is a fashion enthusiast and a fashion influencer with many national and international brands. She is a person who has been leading the team and now leading some of the most fashionable brands to its popularity. We will be meeting Tina Chhabra soon on our podcast. Please do keep listening. And if you're somebody who's looking to learn how to increase your Instagram followers, this is the podcast for you. Hi, Tina. So, from corporate life all the way to fashion influencer, and you have got now thousands of followers and millions of views on some of the reels. How did it all started?
It was always within there. I always loved fashion. I always had a seeking towards it. It's always my forte that, I love fashion, makeup, and all that ever since I was born. But I think the inclination, when it became prominent was 3 years back when I saw that, my daughter, she's becoming a little independent. She's having an anatomy in her activities. So that's when I realized that, I can get to something which is my passion as well, along with my work. And that's when I thought that, so I used to make random reels, okay, a quick look, or just flaunting a bag, or flaunting a top that I'm wearing, taking a random picture, letting them know that, these are the products that I have been using. Very simple ones. But then I used to see that, people are liking it. My friends, it all starts with your friends and your close family, right? So they used to we really like it, And I used to say, okay, let's take it on the next level. So
Nice.
that's how it started, I would say.
Nice. So your daughter, who's a 5-year-old child
She's
right
5 years
now,
old now.
so she is also very influenced by you right
Oh,
now.
she loves it. Trust
She
me.
loves fashion.
Yeah. So she has seen me doing lives, right? The Mintra lives and all that. So she loves it, and she would just call out you can accessorize this with this kind of a dress. This you can wear it on a birthday party. So she's all in this thing, okay? Even when today I came, so she's like, Mama, where are you going? So then Mama is going for an interview, and she's like, really? Can I tell my friends my mama is going to come on TV? I'm like, okay. So she takes a lot of
so
pride. I
sweet.
think just that, I love that thing about her that,
Daughters are the sweetest.
yes, exactly. And, the excitement that I see on her face that, her mama is doing this. And very few days back, she was telling my husband. So so usually I take my daughter out on a date, okay?
Wow.
So sometimes for a coffee or something like that. So we were going for
Date.
yeah, on a date. It was a supper, and then I took her out, and she was like, Mama, what to wear? And then I gave her her dress, and I just walked out to change. And then I overheard her conversation with her dad. And he's like, my mama is so fashionable, right? I love her. So, when you hear that over here, it's just so cute. And that is what I need. I don't
That's the
want the
biggest-
entire people, but the person, she means the world to me.
And that's the biggest validation anyone can get. I think no
Exactly.
amount of likes, followers, comments can help that.
Can help
Get
that.
it
The entire world is one side, your blood is on the other side.
That's so true. That's so true. But you actually come from a corporate world.
Yes.
You are a product manager in one of the MNCs.
Yes.
And from there, your journey towards getting into and becoming a fashion influencer of international and national brands. How did that happen?
It happened like I took baby steps, to be very honest.
Yeah.
I believe in the fact that I set goals, and I set very short term goals, okay, and I try to achieve it. So yeah, as I said that I started reeling on very small pictures or reels, like flaunting a dress and all that stuff. And I think my friends, they identify. So there was one friend of mine. She leads the digital marketing campaign of Flipkart. And she was like, "Hey, I'm looking for an influencer. I think you have it in you. Why don't you come to Kadle, that kind of way?" I'm like, I don't know. I have not done it like, as a profession. I've done it as a passion. I've always given it a shot as a passion. But then I think I gave it, and the one thing I can relate between my professional life and my passion is that, I'm a product manager, so I
Yeah.
understand the product. I
Products very well.
talk about it.
Yes.
Yeah, so it was all about, for showcasing the products, right?
Right.
So I was like, I used to bring out the key elements that I can talk about, I can showcase. And I think that's what the brands who have reached out to me, they loved about it. They all have been really loving about it, that the way I put in my effort.
Right.
And I think it's very important, because we are at a comfort zone. We're not doing it for our bread and butter.
Correct.
There is always going to be that, you do not have to walk that dirt to get the success. You don't
Success.
have to.
Right.
But then you have to combat the battles of comfort,
Absolutely.
of being like, you're at a complacent place.
Yeah.
So those are the things. So yes,
I
that's
know that
exactly.
it sounds very flowery, but you did not had it very, very nice and it wasn't a cakewalk for
Yeah,
you.
it
How do
wasn't.
you manage to balance everything? A corporate life, being a fashion influencer, being always looking good, and then you have your family life also. You have got a 5-year-old
Yeah.
to take care of. How do you manage all this?
So I think even when I go to office, I always dress for the occasion. Okay.
Right.
I believe in the fact, if somebody has given you an event to attend or something like that, do justice to it. Okay. I'm always well dressed for an occasion or an event. I feel that is how you show respect to the person who has invited you. I cannot go like, just maybe a pajamas for a pajama party is always the best, but I don't want to be dressed like, a sequins dress or something like that. But yeah, I make justice and dress accordingly.
Right.
That was always there. And in my office as well, like, in my corporate life, people used to always come up to me. Hey, where did you get this from? How
Okay.
you style it really well. Hey, when you walk down the bay, we really look at you. How you carry your stuff. So I used to have a trolley bag for my laptop, and while people used to get the laptop bags, okay.
Right.
So it's like, oh my god, that's so
That's
fashionable
so
how you
fashion.
carry. And we just look at you, and you just pull that attention. There was 5 minutes when you walked down the bay. So I was like, oh really? So those are the things. But yeah, I think those are the key pointers that that led me
That
here.
led you here.
But there were huge shout outs at the same time on my Instagram, where I use products from very leading fashion makeup artist, okay, who has got Dada Bhai
Falke Award.
Falke Awards, yeah, Namrata Soni.
Oh.
Okay, I've been using her products. I've also enrolled for one few of her sessions, and she is someone like I love a lot. So she has actually given a lot of compliments to the looks that I have been putting,
Wow.
and creating looks maybe an Alia look or something with her products as well. So she has always given compliments. Charlotte Tilbury, if you know, they have reached out to me. They have given me complimentary sessions.
Absolutely.
Okay, and products as well. So I that way, I got these applauses. And I think there's always a good thing that, if you get a pat on your back,
Yeah.
that's
Absolutely.
because that's what acknowledgement is very rare these days.
Yeah.
So when I get that, I felt that, let's go another extra mile and let's do that.
Absolutely. I mean, look at you. If you people who are just listening to our podcast and not able to view it, there is a YouTube also that we are putting in. So please do go and watch. I mean, Tina is somebody to look at, and she's beautiful. She's gorgeous. The
That's so
first time
cute.
I saw you, trust me, and I was like starry eyed. I was like, wow, she looks
It
beautiful.
was mutual, okay?
Okay, so we have two beautiful
Women out
girls
there.
talking about it. So this is podcast and videocast is much must watch.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Okay, so coming back to the grind, was there a different reaction at your office or from your family members or friends, etc., after you became famous and after getting that whole glory?
I think I'm still not there, but yes, I'm just walking that path. But your immediate family and your friends, they are ignorant,
Okay.
and they're always the same, right? They would be your pillars of your
Strength.
success, strength that you're going to hold you back. Like, they will be the will wishers. I always
Absolutely.
keep telling people that, unless and until you get your feedbacks, like, accept your feedbacks and then work on it. Be it be your corporate life, be it be your fashion life, be it be anything, unless and until you work on your feedbacks, you cannot succeed.
Right.
And not that random trolls that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm talking about people who are close, who genuinely likes you or wants good of you.
Correct.
So those are the people you should always acknowledge back,
Yeah.
and you should listen to them. And I think that is there. And generally, other people. So there would be like, I would say that, there would be sarcasm. So you can understand the way they would say, oh, there would be someone like, wow, you have achieved this. Like, how you are telling me, I'm very glad about it, right? That is a praise. Then there would be like sarcasm coming in. Oh, you are also doing
also doing
influence.
that.
How is it, How is
That's
it
so true.
influencing life, okay? And there would be skepticism. Really? You're doing it? How are you balancing it, So you will, the tonality of the people would change,
Absolutely.
okay? And that's how you would, and then there would be those negative platters, like, oh, really? That is not something I'm looking at. I'm like, okay, good for
We
you.
all get it. We all get it
so,
all the time.
those are the things. But the people who are with you,
Right.
like I told, my daughter and my husband and my very close friends, like, they have always been very supportive. They're very happy about the fact that I'm coming here talking about myself. They are more excited than me, okay? And I was like, can I do it? I'm like, yeah. And they would be like, you know what? You're born to talk.
Absolutely.
So I'm like, because I used to go for lives, Mintra lives and
Correct.
Flipkart lives, and I can talk non-stop, okay? Everybody used to be like, you should be an anchor. You can talk so much. So they were like, when you come here, you can talk. Don't be nervous. This is what you like. You just go and talk about yourself. Let
You're
people
so natural
know.
at it. You're so natural. I was just about to compliment you also that you should think about theatrics and voiceover also, because the way you defined all the three different ways
Tonality,
of people,
no?
how they
Yeah.
talk, that was
Yeah.
really awesome and something.
Yeah.
So Tina, amazing journey for sure. Which reel or which was the best post that you have put up?
Till now, if we go by the viewers and the brands, of late, I have been showcasing a brand called Alba, which is a part of Seco, which is a very big brand. And I got 2.4 million views there.
Amazing.
And amazing likes and all that. Definitely, that's the best. But what goes behind the scenes is something that I will never forget. I had put in reels, like random reels, which are also one of those that I love doing it, okay? And that's where I got to know what people like and what people don't like.
Okay.
So like showcasing a dress through a dance
Right.
or through fashion.
Right.
What is that the people out there are liking?
Yeah.
So never, I would say that, I would give the shout outs to all the brands who have been helping me, like, with my journey at the same time. Definitely the best fan for the Seco Alba is what have
And what goes
made
in
me.
the preparation of these reels and posts? There's a lot of
Yeah.
preparation that you
It,
do.
it is. Honestly speaking, as you know that, when we post a reel, it is also a perception that the people perceive you like that. This is something you will also have to keep in mind. But I believe in the fact, stay hungry and stay foolish.
Yes.
Okay. So definitely people will judge you that, she's doing something like this and that, whatever it is. Like, at the same time, if you're making a content that people are liking,
Correct.
so go for it.
Yeah.
So I have, and it has been an immense thing. Okay, creating a content for a product is something that, it's really difficult. I used to do it. I started doing it. There was no content, quick looks, quick fashion. But then when people say that, this part of the product needs to be seen, this is
Right.
what the things you need to highlight when you're
Right.
creating a reel. Like for Alba, it is like, we cannot talk. You
Correct.
just have to showcase the product.
Right.
Okay. So on that, definitely how I showcase it, how they like it, that is something you have to think that, how you're going to pose, how you're going to walk, how you're going to look at people. So that is something that, you have to just keep in mind.
And you did mention that you are also a Kathak dancer. So there are a lot of
Yes.
dancing reels that you post.
I am a trained Kathak dancer, but I love Bollywood. Any form of dance. I think when persons say I love dancing, dancing is an art,
Correct.
right? I love every part of my dance. Like, Bollywood, I see, like, Zumba, everything. And every form of dance gives you happiness.
And what is beyond your fashion influencing, your mother, and your corporate life? What Tina actually loves doing when she is all by herself?
I love dancing and
Okay.
listening to music. I love doing that.
Okay.
It switches my mood. If I'm
Nice.
not happy, I love listening to ghazals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I love listening to music, good music, dance. And let me tell you one thing. So when I was a kid, when I was growing up, when you mug up your lines, right, for history or subjects like history, geography, and all that. You know how I used to, with the mudras, I used to remember. And even in the exam theater, if I forget a line, I used to be like, oh, I did this, right? So this means this line.
Oh.
So that's how I remember.
Wow.
So
Very
yeah, it used to
interesting.
be very funny that in an examination hall, sometimes I used to look at my mudras, what I was doing when I was learning it. So yeah, but that's how I love
This is
dancing.
very interesting and a very good learning for people who are actually getting into exams. Start learning your dance steps and
Learning, if I believe in the fact not everybody can be a dancer.
yeah,
Like everybody can be a singer.
Correct.
Like we had Lata Mangeshkar, right?
we can be
have
bathroom singers.
yeah, we can be bathroom singers, but you identify your talent.
Yes, correct.
Identify your talent, and your passion is always going to lead you to your talent.
Absolutely.
So that is definitely something, because look at, me when I just started, it wasn't like, I started what I like.
Correct.
When you do something which you like, you give your 1000% there.
You have to be passionate about it.
You have to be
completely.
passionate. Trust me, with a kid, it's a full-time job,
It
right?
is.
And then you have a full-time job, a
Right.
real full-time job, a corporate life. And then you have this influencing thing. And I really feel that, that kept me going. Like,
Yeah.
it really kept me going. And I like doing it because it gives me immense pleasure in doing it. It is
That's
tough,
amazing.
definitely. While just making your daughter sleep also at night, sometimes you feel, oh, I can do this. Okay, fine. 10 minutes editing is where I can do it myself. So that is it,
Wow. That's amazing. I mean, moving from corporate life all the way to something that you're so passionate about and you're following it, although the time is crunched, although there are a lot of things. I'm sure there are a lot of listeners. And in the beginning, also, we talked about that if you are an Instagram person and you're thinking about that, how to make it from zero to more, that next thousand, how do they do it? Can you give them some tips?
I would say identify your talent.
Yeah.
Not that, I look at someone who is a fashion influencer and I try to be a fashion influencer. No, you can write really well. Put it out.
Wow.
Like, if you have gone through this movie, Julie and Julia, like how she was very good with writing.
Writing.
So she discovered she's going to make write down one recipe, what Julia Child has practiced. So that is how you grow. You identify your talent. If you're a good dancer, go ahead. There are so many bloggers out there. So identify your core competency and then you work towards it.
And do the content needs to be fresh every time?
Yeah,
And
it needs to be fresh, definitely. And people who would start, you will get to know that, in this reel, I have not got much. That's what I told, that, what, wait, Siko, I know what hurdles I went through.
correct.
Because, like, not all my reels, but I have given my 100% in all the reels. But
Right.
I also understood what went good and what did not go good.
Awesome.
So that is what the learning is always there. Be
Right.
very positive, be foolish. Trust me, you have to be foolish, because sometimes when I just go, I just show, like, maybe I'm wearing a Gucci belt or a Burberry bag or a Dior bag, and I would click a picture and I post it. People will be thinking, is she showcasing it? Is it showing off? Trust me, not. It isn't. That is a fashion thing. I would like to show that, that's also comes from innocence.
Right.
How you come up as, like, staying foolish. Like,
Absolutely.
I'm letting you know, not only with the Dior bag, you're, like, posing. Maybe with the same bag, you can pose. Like,
Absolutely.
this is just the pose that I'm talking about. This is the styling tip that I'm letting you all know. And not, like, I would say that, staying innocent, staying foolish is always good. And
Always.
stay hungry. Because that's where you would achieve your success.
Absolutely.
Just don't be content. Like, it's very easy, because nowadays everybody has a very complacent life, right? I
Right.
also did that, right? So I was, like, getting my time out, because I have a job. I
Correct.
don't need money. Okay.
Right.
I have a job. I had a good financial plan in place. I have everything. So I did not have to do for my bread and butter. But what had to combat was my daily comfort,
Correct.
right?
Right.
Being complacent.
Right.
That is something that you have to fight.
Correct.
Every day you have to fight, and you
Right.
have to achieve something. So that is what, that it not has to be a rigorous effort. I had been like this, and then I become success. Definitely applauding for, like, great applause for those stories, but they will have the other part of the story as well. Like,
Correct.
people combating the other part. Okay.
Right.
That, this isn't what I'm focusing on, but this is my passion. I'm just trying to harp on one of those strings. So that is also difficult. So
That's
stay
amazing.
hungry. That is the key.
So stay hungry, stay foolish, get out of your comfort zone. And if you guys are listening to this podcast, there's something more that is coming up, which is the rapid fire round with Tina. So we will learn more about her very quickly. So let's jump on that, Tina, with you. So first question, corporate life or Instagram influencer life?
That's a difficult choice. Okay, one that gave me identity, one gave me fame. Okay, in an ideal situation, I would love to marry both.
Oh,
I
that's an
love them
amazing
both.
answer.
Yeah.
Okay. If given a choice for evening, how would you like to spend that evening
I usually love to spend an evening with my family.
with your family?
With my husband, with my daughter, or, like, taking my girls out. I really love doing that. I love partying as well, but I love being home as well, watching a movie with my family. That's usually what, maybe having a popcorn. That is what is my ideal.
And your favorite fashion mantra? What is your key fashion style?
Key fashion style would be, like, if you would have seen me, like, with the shorts, denim shorts, crop top, my glasses. I love wearing different types of shades. So good shades, and my Gucci belts. I love
And what is there in your bag always? Something that you carry.
all the time. Oh, I would have a very good hydrating cream. Trust me, it's very basic. I want, because it's winter. Not only it's winter, because I love hydrating myself.
That's right.
I love drinking water, so
Yeah.
there will be a water bottle definitely, and hydrating cream
Okay.
for sure.
That's nice. And what kind of movies do you like?
I love horror movies.
Horror.
I love horror movies and romantic movies, but horror is something that I've watched throughout my
Horror and
pregnancy.
romance go together at
Yeah,
times as well.
okay, this is so nice. Yeah,
Right.
but I love, but I can't watch horror on my own.
Mhm.
uh, I used to a lot, but then I feel, oh god, if it's too scary, I can feel something around.
You like that adrenaline rush that happens
Yes,
in the horror movie.
exactly. I love it. I
That's
have
nice.
watched horror movies throughout my pregnancy. You can't believe it. Doctors say that you watch something which gives you happiness.
Happiness.
I felt like I can watch a lot of horror movies that give me happiness. I don't know what kind of happiness, but that is something that I really like
This is
watching.
the weird side of Tina.
I'm very weird.
I wish
I'm
that we
very-
had more time. I wish that I could have continued this amazing discussion we are having here. But we have to conclude. So, for our listeners, last we are going to talk about is that we have one lady who was running a corporate life, who was leading one of the very good project as a project manager in MNC, and now she has become a fashion influencer. So if you have any passion and if you are looking forward to do something on your own, this is your time, and this is the way you have to go about it. Thank you so much, Tina, for sharing that
Thank
untold
you.
stories with us, and we loved you over here for
Thank you
sure.
so much. I love being here as well. And I hope everybody loved the story. And please go ahead and follow your passion. And definitely, if you follow it, you get it.
Leading a corporate life of a project manager to now managing her 5-year-old and a fashion influencer. Tina Chhabra has it all. She's a Kathak dancer, she loves music, she is somebody who is just out there and living her life to its full passion. Her basic mantra is stay foolish and stay hungry. And that is what we would like all our listeners also to do. So keep watching this podcast with me, Iti, on Asme, the untold stories of women.